upstairs neighbor banged on my door screaming that I'd killed his fish. I'd only fed them. That was the least strange part of my Saturday. I was doing dishes when Marcus pounded on my door so hard the peephole rattled. He'd asked me 2 weeks earlier to look after his tank while he flew to his brother's wedding. Feed the fish, top off the water, nothing complicated. I'd been over that morning, sprinkled the flakes, watched them dart up, locked his door behind me, model neighbor. Now he was gray in the face. The little orange one. Did you feed it out of the blue container? Yeah, I said. The container labeled food, like you told me. He put both hands on top of his head and turned in a slow circle in my hallway. Oh no. Oh no no no. I honestly thought it was a bit. Then his girlfriend Priya came flying up the stairwell in her nursing scrubs, out of breath, clearly having left a shift early. Where is it? Is it gone? She gasped. Marcus couldn't even answer her. He just gestured at me like I'd committed a crime. My phone buzzed. A text from our building manager. Heard what happened with 4B. So sorry. Let me know if you need anything. I stared at it. What had happened? It was fish food. Priya sank onto my bottom stair and put her face in her hands. 2 years, she whispered. He saved for 2 years. 2 years for fish food? My phone rang again. My mother. I raised you better than this, she said, and hung up before I could get a word out. I stood in my own doorway, completely unmoored. We have to go to the store right now, Marcus said. Maybe they still have. And then he stopped and did the math on something and looked like he might be sick. Go where? It's a bag of flakes. I'll buy you a new one. It wasn't flakes, Priya said, in a voice with no bottom to it. Please, just come with us. In the car, nobody would look at me. Marcus kept checking his phone and flinching. What was in the blue container? I kept asking. Priya finally said, my ring. At the pet store. The pet store, not a jeweler. Marcus ran ahead to the counter and started talking fast and low to a teenage employee who went wide-eyed and disappeared into the back. That's when the real dread set in. Here's what I finally pieced together. Sitting in that fish aisle while a stranger dug through a stockroom, Marcus had bought Priya's engagement ring, his late grandmother's, reset, apparently worth an obscene amount, and decided the romantic move was to hide it inside the fish tank, tucked into a little treasure chest ornament so he could discover it during a candlelit feeding that night. To keep it safe until then, he'd popped the ring into an empty blue food container and set it on the shelf inside his apartment, the same shelf, right next to the actual fish food, which he had asked me, in writing, to use. I hadn't put a ring in a fish. I'd shaken an empty-looking container over the water, seen a couple of flakes come out, there'd been food dust in it, decided it was nearly empty and set it back. The ring had been sitting at the bottom the whole time, and when I tipped the container, it had gone straight into the gravel of a tank, now being frantically searched by a 16-year-old with a net. Marcus's mother arrived, and she'd been 3 minutes away, and looked at me like I'd run over her cat. Is it recoverable? That ring is 90 years old. I didn't feed it to anything, I kept saying. It's in the gravel. It's in your apartment. In the tank. Right now. Nobody was listening. Priya was crying. Marcus was listing out loud every part of the proposal he'd planned. His mother was on FaceTime with a relative describing me as the girl who lost the family ring. The manager texted again, offering to waive my late fee, given the circumstances. My own roommate texted, this is why I keep my stuff in my apartment. I finally stood up in the aisle and said it loud enough to cut through everything. It's in the tank. I did exactly what Marcus asked me in his own text. I fed the fish from the shelf, in his place. There was no ring in the water because I never poured anything into the water. I tipped an almost empty container, saw dust, and put it back. The store went quiet. Then I remembered the text. The one Marcus had sent me 2 weeks ago, still sitting in my phone. I read it out loud. Feed them from the blue tub on the shelf. That's the good stuff. Don't worry about the flakes. He'd pointed me at the ring himself. We drove back. The ring was exactly where I said, wedged in the gravel by the little plastic chest. Marcus fished it out with tweezers, humiliated and silent. He proposed that night anyway. She said yes. I wasn't invited, which is fine. I got a new fish sitting rate, effective immediately. I don't.